welcome back, and welcome back again. Gigi's in the kitchen, and you are not going to guess what we're going to make again today. You won't. We are getting ready to make my roasted red pepper pasta. Olive oil, black pepper. You can use salt. I just told you before, I'm not a big salt girl, okay? But absolutely, whenever you want, if you want to put salt in any of your recipes, feel free to do so, okay? Olive oil, black pepper, garlic. We're going to use some of these roasted red peppers. Let you give you a second there to really look at that. We're going to use some Parmesan cheese. That's about a cup of onions, red onions. We're going to need some chicken broth. That is parsley, basil, the penne noodles, and some heavy whipping cream. And don't forget the butter. All right, this is what we're getting ready to do. Let's get started, everybody. Let's get cooking. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put about, I say maybe about 2 tablespoonish of butter. Okay, maybe more like 3, close to 3. We're going to let that melt. Then once this melts, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to it. I'm not going to let you watch butter melt, so I'll be right back. As soon as this melts up, we're going to add some olive oil, and then we're going to start throwing some things in this skillet. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to put in a little bit of olive oil. Get that in there. Oh yeah, this is going to be so good. Let me tell you, when I say good, I mean good. And when I say yummy, I mean yummy. This is another one of my meatless meals, okay? Everything does not have to have meat in it. And if you want, you can make this like, say, a side dish, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and put in a few ingredients in this. We're going to put in some of that onion. Not some, all of that onion. We're going to get that cut in there. We're going to get that in there. We're also going to put in a little bit of garlic. And I'd say, you know, for this particular dish, you know, I love to get the kind that's already cut up. I'd say you probably need about, I would say, about 3 cloves of garlic. Because this is a garlic-y dish. Okay. And we're going to put in a little bit of this pepper too. And then I'm just going to saute this for about 2 minutes, maybe 3. This is on like a medium heat. And so we're just going to let this just kind of marry, get to know one another, become best friends. And so I'm just going to let this pretty much, we're just going to soften up these onions. So because they're such small pieces, 2 minutes is probably all we're going to need. So I'll be back in 2 minutes and we'll go to the next step. I'll be back. All right. So this has been 2 minutes. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I cut those red peppers up just a little bit more. We're just heating these through. That's all we're doing. So I'm going to let this cook for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the next step. Only 2 minutes. That's all it needs. We're just heating this through. Letting it get all merry and get to know the other ingredients. That's what we're doing. And then we'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, now I have taken that stuff out of the skillet. We're going to keep that skillet, juices and all. And now I'm going to use my little immersion blender. Or you can put this in a food processor. So I'm going to turn this on. It's going to get loud, so I'm going to mish this up. That's all we're going to do. Blend all this up. I'll be right back. Okay, now what we're going to do is over medium heat again. See how I pureed that up? Yeah, you're going to have a few pieces in there. It doesn't matter. You can put this in your blender or whatever. And then we're going to put in about a cup of this chicken broth. Or you can use vegetable broth. It doesn't matter. Whichever one you want to use. Completely up to you. And since it's a meatless meal, if you don't eat meat, use the vegetable, okay? So we're just going to heat this through. So I'm going to let this heat up for about, it shouldn't take no more than 2 minutes. Okay? Looking good already, isn't it? So we're going to let this heat up for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to add that heavy whipping cream to that, okay? But we got to let that heat up first. Don't add it before this gets good and hot. All right, I'll be right back. All right, at this point you can see it's bubbling. So we're gonna go ahead and add that heavy whipping cream. And you only need about, I say, oh my goodness, about 1/4 of a cup. You don't need a whole lot. And then we're gonna bring this to a boil. Okay? And then we're gonna finish this up. All right, so let's just mix this all in. Bring this to a boil. So we're gonna give this at least another 2 minutes. Let it do what it do. And then I'll be back, okay? All right, my wonderful people. We're gonna go in with, that's probably about 1 cup of parsley. All right, we're gonna get that on in there. And then we're gonna go in with that basil. And I cut up every bit of that basil that was in that container. That's every bit of it, okay? I'm gonna get that in there. And then we're just gonna combine this. We're just gonna let it simmer together for about a minute, just so that it can combine together. That's all we're doing. And then I'm gonna get those noodles, and we're gonna put those noodles in here. Doesn't that look delicious? All by itself. You could almost just take a spoon and just start eating this. Okay, you could. And this is a good time for you to kind of get a spoon and taste it to see if it's where you want it to be. Because once we put the noodles in, it'll be a little bit different. You want it all in your sauce. So this is a good time for you to taste it, okay? All right, I'm going to give this 1 minute exactly. I'll be right back. Okay, we've got it all in there. Look at that. And so now all we're going to do is stir this in. Look at that. Look at those colors. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to coat all of this up. Look at that. Yum, yum. You better make some. I'm telling you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also add in that Parmesan. There's not that much left in this, and I'm just going to put it all in there. Okay? And then we're going to stir this up. And then I'm going to plate this up. That's it. This is done. This took us about 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes to make. And look at all that yumminess going on. Look at that. Almost looked like Christmas with all that red and green, right? There we go. I'm going to plate her up and let you see what she looks like and let her have her close-up. I'll be right back. Roasted red pepper pasta. Anybody? There she is. Things made easy with Gigi. This was done in 15 minutes. If you want to add some meat to it, add whatever you want. This is another one of my meatless meals. Please like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Absolutely. Look at that juice down off in there. Things made easy with Gigi, you guys. All day, every day. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. Gigi, see you next time, all right? Bye-bye.